the bounty hunter slash assassin, going by the name Valeska Vale, um, knocked out a few of your crew members, was kind of slinking around the ship to get close to you, and ultimately made inferences that certain loved ones might be hurt if you didn't entertain the Bone King in Langston with your audience. You were not given a set time as to when you'd need to make this meeting, but your group discussed it, and where we last left off, you were on your way to Langston, surely with some kind of plan. Um, and at this point, we are just
No.
we're probably about a day's travel out of Langston. It is going to be the day after these events, so you will all have had a long rest, whatever it is you would have needed. You have access to your crew, including your excellent onboard chef, who you all deserve. Um, and that's where we'll start.
That last statement was odd.
We're nice to our crew.
Do we not deserve them? Maybe we don't.
No, you do. I said you do.
Oops. So over a nice breakfast, we are surely all planning what to do in Langston.
I mean, we gotta meet with the Bone King.
We're going straight there.
I mean,
No,
yeah.
hold on. I think we discussed this last session. Do we want to I'm gonna be Cassius from now on. Doesn't seem right to be Vale anymore. Do we want to talk to our inn in the Under Tavern? Right? We have a friend potentially in Langston.
Oh, yes, because we did the business with them.
Yeah, instead of going in there blind and friendless and
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole reason that we did all that stuff. That's
yeah. Kind of traded one favor for that job for another, which worked out all right, but kind of
yeah.
just
If we
dropped
don't,
the whole Langston thing.
yeah. What happened? How did we get so distracted?
Yeah. A
That was
wizard,
so long ago.
a wizard
I think-
tower led to infected Sky
Yeah.
Islands.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We did that, and then we went to the fucking Wizard Gala.
That was a fun
And-
distraction.
You know, killed the dragon. I died.
So one thing I wanted to do in our downtime overnight was Alex, I talked to you about this. I wanted to attempt a divine intervention.
Okay, roll your dice.
What do I roll again?
The fuck's a divine intervention?
Magic
D100.
baby.
A D100. Okay, so I don't have a D100.
Come
Two
on,
D10.
Raven Queen.
2D10. Got it. All right.
Do them separately. Let me know what the first one is.
Okay. Hold
It
on.
has
I'll
to be
reroll.
a 1 or a 0.
Yeah, you got to roll a 0 or a 1.
Okay, on the first one.
Yep.
This does not sound
First one's a
easy.
2. So that's a fail.
So
That was
close.
actually
So close. Yeah.
Okay, so you tried.
Yeah.
Do you have any other spells or things like that? Because what you're trying to do is kind of open-ended. You don't have to.
Yes.
The divine intervention would have just been like a jackpot.
Shut up, cat. I'm gonna throw something at your ass. I don't have time for that.
You got a
Oh,
cat?
cut
Don't
off.
hurt the cat. Show the cat.
Bring
So
the
he's
show the
crying at the
cat.
door.
Yeah.
He wants to go to the garage, and it's like, no, you're not going out in the garage. No.
Oh, I can hear it.
Swear to God.
You,
All right. I was gonna do a divination ritual.
those cat tags, man.
It's a yeah. It doesn't. It says it's only one action casting time. It's a 4th level spell. Um, it says I can ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days.
Okay.
But before I do this, I gotta think about what I'd want to ask.
Should probably do that before you cast a spell. Do you want us to circle back to you?
Yep, yep.
Okay. All right. So last thing I heard was Vale is going. You're going into cast form.
Yeah, it just seems wrong to be Vale right now, and probably for quite a bit,
Okay.
and until it isn't. But we'll not right now.
So who's Cass?
Really quick.
We're
Not
gonna
to.
run into him.
That's a big. That is a bigger question than you've. That's a huge question, and I don't know.
Is he gonna show up and threaten my daughter?
I think Cass might be from another world, yo. I'm just all that out there.
Yeah,
Not another plane. I think
Yeah.
another world.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah, god damn it, indeed.
I think why Cass is long dead by now.
You better pray to the Raven Queen he is.
Maybe would be fine with sharing his face, though. You don't know.
I'll tell you one thing, I ain't fine with showing my face. So when I die, leave me out of it.
Listen, I realize it's a personal thing and kind of really messed up. Never planned on running into any of them.
Honestly, it's not your fault. What are you supposed to do? That's like, you're just gonna walk around in your changely form? That's like walking around naked.
It, I was kind of thinking about doing that, actually.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. It's not like walking around naked at all. That's
It
so
it
normal.
it is
Power to
though.
you.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
I mean, you can wear clothes still.
Well, yeah, it's just. How many changelings do you see walking around, Varric?
I don't know. I'm not looking out for him.
It's kind of just like a comfort
0.
thing, you know. It's like
I have
you
never.
can walk around in your underwear. People are gonna look at you though, you know.
That's true. Sorry, we
So,
digressed.
so we're looking for what exactly? We're looking for an ally in Langston.
No, we have an ally in Langston. We just got
Potentially,
a
yeah.
contact. Well, we have somebody that we're supposed to be in contact with from a job that we did.
Okay.
So what we need? Is that what you're asking?
I'm just wondering what I should ask because I only get one fucking question and I don't want to get it wrong
Well,
and
don't
have
ask
it just
anything
be
until we.
wasted.
Why not just wait until we have a question then?
Is it a yes or no thing?
Not that, I don't know. It just says it ritual says that I could gain an answer of
What's the spell?
it is where the fuck is it? Hold on, sorry. Give me 1 second. I know it's a 4th level. Here's my 4th level divination.
Do you have all the material components to cast it?
Incense, yes.
Okay, so just 25
Sacrificial
gold pieces.
offering. I don't know what the hell that would be for the Raven Queen.
A
And then
butcher
together,
gives you 25 gold pieces.
yeah. What would be a sacrifice to the Raven Queen? Something living? Like, would it be more like Viking style? Like, I could kill a chicken?
What?
Yeah, give her some blood. Give her
Dep-
some
Could
feathers.
do a blood
Depends on
sacrifice. I could go to the
everything.
chef and hopefully he doesn't make me a blood sacrifice.
You could also just pose the question to the group that you're considering using.
Yeah, why don't you just wait until we have a question?
Okay. Well, I'd
Run
talk to you guys.
away.
I'd tell you, yeah. I would I would tell you guys that I did that tarot card reading. So there's something powerful to be gained in Langston. The thing that
Yeah,
I
there's an
didn't think.
awe effect to that.
J-
That's the
Well,
whole reason we're going.
What if you do it again,
well,
though?
yeah, but the thing that got me was yes, this was looking at something to us, maybe just to help us survive not getting killed by the Bone King. But what the cards had told me was that the weapon or thing we would gain, whatever it is, help us defend. I was hoping it was going to be to defend us, but the cards read it as defending the world that we're in. So
Well,
it might be something there that can help us defeat the aberrations.
yeah, the book.
Look, the cards don't always tell the truth, but I trust them.
Laura,
They've never failed me before.
why don't you ask about the book, right? I mean, that's our original goal for going there. We're
The book.
we're summoned by the Bone King, and yeah, we should play nice for a little bit, sort of an axe over our heads, but like we're there for Autoluke's book.
Okay,
And the Bone King
I can
has
do
it.
that.
He most likely has it, yes.
All
It
right,
might be
so
a
I can ask her if we are going to be successful in retrieving the book.
well, maybe where is it? Although it's probably with the Bone King.
I mean, he might have it hidden somewhere.
Waste of a
Yeah.
question.
Who knows?
I had an idea for something, but I'd have to be familiar with the place. If she can give me a flash of the picture of the book so I know what it looks like, could try scrying on it. Couldn't you? You can scry on objects, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have another spell in here in my book somewhere that will help. It's called Find the Path. It's usually an area I'm familiar with. But I'm wondering if it would work on an object. As long as the object or area is not moving, could kind of be our insight as to find direct way to it. What do you think for that for a plan? Worth a shot, if anything, I think.
Eddie, you texted me about this, and Find the Path works for a location that you're familiar with. I don't believe it leads you to an
Oh,
object.
it's location only. Okay. Okay, damn it.
I
That would
think
be locate object. I don't believe I have that.
Okay.
if we
So
can sort of implicate somebody else in the taking of this book, that might be the best. Uh, I don't know that I want the Bone King coming after us. If we show up and just steal a book and he finds out, just things to consider.
I could. Yeah.
I
It's only one
definitely
question.
assumed we were going to try to kill him.
Hey, kill me, boy. I'm gonna try and kill him.
But maybe the. Yeah.
I would say Cassius and Sandara, you would notice that there is a one of your new half-elven crewmates is kind of like looking busy but hovering around your area, like really trying to eavesdrop on your conversation right now.
Jesus Christ, people. Our crew's kind of.
Is it a new? Do we know the name of this person?
Yeah, this is one of Leland's guys. So this would be Danny.
Danny boy.
This is Danny Boy. That's actually what
Mm.
other crewmates call him.
Yep.
What if this is not actually Danny?
Hey, Danny boy. Hope your head's feeling better. If you want to join the conversation, feel free to join. Otherwise, I think that place is clean enough.
Didn't mean to eavesdrop, just some of the crew are talking. Is it true? Are you actually going after the Bone King?
Boy.
Kind of, yeah.
And by extension, that means we're going after the Bone King.
Is there a problem with that?
Sid. Listen, as far as I understand, you guys are the captains. So, wherever you go, I go. And wherever I go, Nick will go. Just. Is it just this ship that's going after him, or you gotta.
Hey, speak your mind. You know, on this ship, every crew member's word is as valuable as the other.
I mean, he's the. Sort of the monarch of Langston. So, seems. I assume there's some kind of plan, and if we're involved, we're about a day out. Probably be good for us to know, because we're light on certain supplies, cannons, powder. The two goblins have all but raided all the bombardments. So
2 goblins.
Yeah, who's the second goblin?
The tinker we got from your place.
Oh,
he said his name. He said something about one who clags.
yeah.
Also, you were not planning on strapping us with explosives and throwing us in there.
No, nothing.
Like strapping you as a person with explosives?
Just checking, because one of the goblins was making vests.
Whoa. Which one?
You know which one. Barry.
Riggs, for
the one
sure.
who-
For
one who-
sure.
Yeah, the one who looks like he might do that.
No, we're
No,
we're
we
not.
haven't.
Dead man switch and
We
I'll
would never do that.
I'll have to
Never.
talk to him about that.
Right now,
No.
there's no. We're taking things easy. We're gonna be real
We're looking for a way to
thoughtful about
avoid
this.
now
fighting the king.
you do know that me and Nick and Leland were on a crew with the Bone King
What?
a long time ago.
Leland, we knew. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, we were part of that crew. So
What can you tell us about him? Is he up for reasoning at all, or is he like his tale say just, "Oh, I don't like you"?
he
Lightning bolt.
sort of did evil and crazy shit for no reason.
That's reassuring.
Like Nick got into a scuffle with one of the other crews in one of the Frostfinger Islands, and the captain came and defused it by shooting a guy in the foot, as you do. And after everything was said and done, people, hugged it out and walked away. He went back in there and just melted everybody.
Jesus.
Melted.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw
That's
it
what.
from down the street, just like the whole place exploded with lightning. So
Jesus.
he's wildly unpredictable, extremely dangerous, and I don't even know what's changed in the last 7 or so years since he was on our crew.
Well,
But he's clearly done well for himself, so imagine that.
told
With a lot, all of Langston backing him.
we're told he wants a meeting with us, and to be honest, we're stuck on how to go about this.
Have you considered that he might just sit down with you and say, "Hey, your ship and all your stuff is mine now," and then just kills you?
Exactly. That's kind of
Yeah.
what we're most worried about.
Yeah.
We are a small crew that does not really have much reinforcements, so we're going to Langston to try to find some.
So now that's a different conversation. Is that the plan?
I mean,
We're
yes.
looking at all options right now, yeah, but that is what
I
we're
mean, we
wanting to
have
do.
someone in Langston, so it doesn't make sense to not meet up with them. And I think the plan initially yesterday was to not bring the ship into Langston, but to leave it in New Callum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you and any of the rest of the crew don't want to confront him, it's perfectly reasonable to set up in, New Callum and enjoy the city while we go do what we're gonna do. Talk
Like
to
I
the
said,
chef, maybe.
you're all the captains, so you just tell us what to do.
Oh, we could
We need
dock
to
in New
keep,
Callum and they could set up the restaurant while we're busy.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, but we need to keep this ship on high alert,
Oh, yeah.
being that it's
Well,
recognizable.
If
So,
anyone's asking, I do have a connection in Langston who could maybe give you guys a lay of the land.
Yeah.
could see that being useful. We
I could
appreciate that.
come with you and try to make contact.
didn't need to steal the deck of many things.
Yeah, well, we didn't have him back then. That's a lot better of an option than dealing with the Under Tavern if you're
That's true.
willing to step into.
Oh yeah, my guy apparently has been all connections severed with the Under Tavern, so you're good there.
Okay. They. Fuck. Yeah.
Well,
it's
Danny
better than
boy,
the Under Tavern.
if you get back to it, we're gonna go over a few things, and we'll get back to you. We appreciate the heads up.
Okay. Are you okay if I relay some of this information to the rest of the
Yeah,
crew?
let the crew know we're making a diligent plan. We're not going blindly into this, and try to reinstill some confidence in them. Let them know that we've got this handled.
Can you kind of
Leland's the first mate, but as far as I'm concerned, you're the first mate's first mate, right? We trust you with this.
Yeah. This is the first time we've spoken, but sure. And he turns around and leaves.
Yeah.
I mean, I say we just take him with us, meet his contact,
Yeah.
and you
We've
go
had,
to our meeting.
my concern is we've had one spy on this ship. How are we sure he's not one?
I mean, if Leland vouches for him, it's good enough for me.
Yeah, it's kind of all we've got to go on right now. We just gotta trust them.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he just be able to put us in contact with his contact? Why would he have to come with us?
I think from what
Just
I'm hearing, Langston is kind of a shady place, and you can't just like walk around being like, I'm new in town.
And I'm looking for Billy Bob. Can you tell me
hey,
where Billy Bob is?
actually, Vale
Nope.
or Cass, can't you
Cass.
become Danny? Sorry, Cass, can't you become Danny?
I
But we still
could.
don't know who the contact is. That's the problem. We don't know
He
who it
tells
is.
us.
Yeah, so then we got a name and a vague description of someone. And then what? We walk around fucking the whole town all day looking for someone who looks kind of like this.
It might be a good idea for him to at least show us where to go. If he decides to stay afterwards, that's his choice.
I just think one less deckhand is a risk. We need to. I say we pay some like Parker next to the Sea of Swords. The ship is going to scare the town because they're going to see that it's Gunner's ship. If we let them know that we are the ones that killed Gunner and took his
They
shit,
They
they
already
already
know
know
that.
that. The first time
oh
we came
well,
in, they were like, oh shit.
oh that's right, that's right. Okay, well, wonder if we could pay the Sea of Swords for a little extra protection on the ship itself. I'm worried about losing it.
I don't want to pay anybody to protect. We.
I'd take it out of my share. That's fine.
I'm going to
Sure
go
what?
cast some glyphs everywhere Secret glyphs. Don't mind me. I'm gonna
The
go
ship is
around.
already happening. We made it so you can't teleport directly on the ship except through that sigil, but people just walked on.
Let's just put a bunch
Clearly.
of
Well, that was
bombs.
Autoluke. He knows the sigil. If we change it right now, he can't come on. We can just change it.
Alright.
We don't want all Luke on the ship.
No, we want
Do
Luke
you
on the
not
ship.
want Autoluke on the ship?
No,
So
we
if you
want him on the
keep-
ship. I think the sigils would help. That would be great.
Alara, why are
Us-
you so paranoid lately? Like, I get, yeah, that veiled person can turn into people and all that, but like, we're fine. I mean,
I feel like we're getting into some seriously deep shit, and we are a little out of our depth, and we have no allies. Yes, as a unit, we are fucking extremely on point, especially after our last few fights, but what if that's not enough? Then we have to choose a side. We have to choose whether we're going to help, what's his name? The fucking evil wizard that's trying to absorb everybody's magic and become the god of magic.
you,
What if
you
we have
should,
to choose a side?
you should know that name.
What if we-
I'm just gonna throw this out there right now so you're not surprised later. I kind of agree with Faraday on a lot of his things. I think between a lot of choices, he's kind of a person you could trust, right? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's done
But then
some
we put
things, but
I mean, you
we
kind of
put
brought me back to life.
then we put Trisanda's family and everybody she knows at risk.
Who?
who's? Yeah,
I
who?
don't or or god damn it, it's too late. I can't think.
Raina?
Jasmine. No, Jasmine's family at
Azura?
risk if we take his side.
Wrong
Just don't
server.
know her. Don't even know that lady.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just
No,
brain
you're good.
no
You're
on.
good. You're good. You're good.
No, you're totally fine. Thank you.
Um,
Thanks for being here.
if we take his side, you told us what would happen if we took his side, did you not? Or did I
His
accidentally meta you?
No, you're right. His plan is to cast Karsus Avatar, which is not Gucci lit, I think, from my perspective.
Sundara said that.
It's not good for that.
Dara, that's the name I was
Yeah.
looking for.
Yeah, we can deal with if it's good or not. I mean, obviously we
This
we
is
did
why I
it all
can't lead a
first.
crew. This is why I can't be a captain. I've got too many directions I want to go. I don't know which one to take. So I'll follow you guys. I'll let you guys make the plan on this one.
Good idea.
I prepared a ton of my divination spells to try to guide us as best I could on this.
That'll be useful. We're stepping into unknown territory. If your god can sort of lead our path, um, it's better than nothing.
Well, all I was doing was trying to find answers.
I mean, I think we're going about this the hard way. We got an audience with him already. Might as well see what he wants.
The problem is he might just kill us. But if we can
But
if we can get
if
out
we
of
go
there,
into the city and we meet up with some contacts and they tell us whatever the fuck, and we still go to the meeting, he can still just kill us. Either way, we gotta go to the meeting.
Yeah, he does have you guys as families at risk.
I just thought about this. I do know one of my sisters. All my sisters survive at the
all my
fucking
sisters.
whatever it is, the apothecary?
No,
Well,
specifically, not all of them survived.
Didn't I know a tabaxi
That's
Yep.
not what.
that was kind of stealthy and spy like?
Mm-hmm.
Is
Slinks
she?
and shadows.
Yeah. Did I know whether or not she was alive?
Sorry, skulks and shadows.
Skulks and Shadows. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
she's
one.
alive.
Okay.
What's your plan?
Maybe she knows a little bit about Langston, can help us out. Help get us in, guide us through.
Already got a contact in Langston. In fact, we've got
I mean-
2 contacts in Langston at the moment.
Okay.
All I'm saying is,
That's a
we're
third.
gonna talk to someone. They're gonna tell us all this bullshit. We're gonna, at the end of the day, we still gotta go meet this Gold King.
Yeah, but the difference is we could go there blind and completely fresh to the city, or we can go there with a bunch of people on our side. Perhaps people
And
Maybe
that
have
are unhappy with the Bone King, and we've got friends.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe we can use some of them to create a distraction and then steal the book.
Or maybe they give us some knowledge that gives us some leverage over the Bone King, and then he won't be so apt to kill us.
He murdered an entire bar full of people with one spell, Amy Boy. And we was outside. You think getting a couple of fucking angry villagers up there is gonna help us at all?
So
better than
what is
nothing.
Better than just us. Listen,
so you
probably
think
I
not.
honestly,
because he's
I honestly,
unpredictable, we should just walk in
I
willy
honest-
nilly? Is that what your proposition is, Ferric?
All I'm saying is we don't know right now what his motives are. But if we walk in there with a bunch of angry people, then we'll know exactly what his motives are. It'll be kill them. Right now we have something he wants. Right?
No. We don't. He just wants
Yes, we do.
us. What? What do we have?
We have more artifacts
Oh,
that he could
we
sell
have
to
2 of
Faraday.
the artifacts. Do we even know what that armor does that seems to attach itself to everything?
oh, I pull up a long sleeve. Got a
That.
I've got a skin suit on. Yeah, it fits really well. Pretty flexible, pretty durable actually too. But yes, I know what it does.
Okay. Guess maybe that'll help. I'm just trying to look at all of our resources right now. A fallback plan would be nice, and I think that my friend Skulks and Shadows might have an idea as to where we would have one a safe retreat, because I have a feeling we're going to need that very
Alara,
badly.
Alara, can't you return us back to the ship, you said, at any time?
Yes, but magic can be canceled, but running can't be.
Okay, good
We've
point.
I
seen
mean,
magic
running can
cancel plenty
certainly
of
be
times.
canceled. It has
Yeah.
been canceled for us multiple times.
I can only do it once, so if it fails, then we get canceled.
Okay, good point.
Relying on our legs might be our only hope.
Yeah, but if this guy is that powerful, he could just stop us from running. Freeze us all in place.
I know the whole person spell as well as a few of you do.
I think this guy can do more than hold person. You know. I don't think we're messing with some wizard first year, out of fucking wizard school.
Ideally, we don't fight him, Beric. We don't fight him unless we need
Yes,
to.
no fighting. I don't think we're ready for that.
Because we die if we do, I believe.
So then why are we
Then he gains.
gathering up a bunch of people?
We're
go
not
in there?
gathering people to fight. I think we're trying to gather some information so we don't go into this with
Yep.
like completely blind.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we just want the book, right? Just focus on the book. If we can get out of the meeting alive, then we can, having friends to find the book would help. Or
Okay.
get the book.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Even though
Well,
magic
let's
can
get
be
to
canceled,
um,
maybe prepare that spell. Just in case.
Let's get to New Callum. I say we load the ship up with as much gunpowder and cannons as we can.
The ship is staying in New Callum. We're not bringing this with us.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, but it can defend itself, can't it? She will. She it
I mean, yeah.
okay, well let's give her as many guns as we can.
I mean, the
We'll have the
crew will defend themselves too, so
yes, absolutely.
As you're saying that, you watch as Briggs steps out from below decks, fully in like a suit made of sticks of dynamite.
He's got a suicide vest on.
And he starts. You hear him yell at like down the way. He's like, "Hey, Clagger, we're out of triggers, buddy," and just like walks past you.
mm,
I think
What the
he's-
fuck are you doing?
I think he's going with
somebody
us.
gonna handle that?
He's gone.
Beric,
Should we just let that ride, or
Hey, Varric.
listen, I don't know. He respects you as much as he respects me, but you're more intimidating.
You burned down me bloody house.
He
He's
Dan
stabbed
stabbed
me.
you in the back? Oh, he stabbed Cass. Okay, well, that's 50-50 then.
Alright. I'll find. Can I find him?
Yeah, I mean it's not hard to find him.
What the fuck are you doing, mate?
Whoa, easy there, big fella. You don't want to step on me, all right? This I haven't figured out a way to make this kick-proof, so I'd like you to watch your feet.
You didn't answer my question.
Oh, we're making explosive devices.
I can see that. Why are you wearing him like a suit?
Well, because the thought is, we've been having an issue with, assholes. Present company excluded. But me and Clagger came up with this idea of you get this explosive apparatus, sort of a combustible exoskeleton, if you will. You combine that with a little inversion bead, and then light it, revert, blows you to safety.
Okay, let's take a little thought. Stu, let's walk this through. What is the boat made out of?
Dark steel, wood, doesn't really have sails. There's a lot of arcanotech, clockwork. Most of that's brass. Those are
So-
probably the big relevant ones.
So right now, that a lot of it's wood, though, right?
I didn't hear you. I was cracking my neck. Something's wood. I'm sorry. I'm looking for triggers. Do you? Let's just
No,
skip to
don't.
the end where you lecture me about how this is unsafe and.
Don't blow up dynamite on a ship that could catch on fire.
I wasn't blowing up dynamite on the ship. Look, if this blew right now, the fire would be the least of your worries.
Yeah, I understand that. It seems like, where are you gonna blow it up from?
I think we understand each other, so we're good, right?
I don't think.
I think we're speaking the same language.
No, no. Don't make suits to blow up.
Yeah, I agree.
You're doing it right now, though.
Yeah, but I'm not going to blow it up right now. This one doesn't even have a trigger. I'm sorry, this one does have a trigger. But I haven't pressed it yet.
So my
Okay.
question is, where do you plan on blowing it up?
In the face of an asshole, present company excluded.
But not on the boat, right?
Not on the boat.
Okay,
Never on the
that's
boat.
all. You're good. Yep.
We got a whole apparatus for launching crewmates at something else.
No,
and
no.
invert.
No, we're not launching crewmates.
Well, we got a whole pitch, so we'll circle back. All right,
Okay.
I'm busy, so I'm gonna walk this way. Excuse me, and he tries to go walk away.
Eric,
Well,
just let him go. Let's just trust who we have.
I don't trust that fucking guy as far as I can throw him, which is pretty
Well,
fucking
we
far.
don't have much of a choice, so
I think
As that happens, Leland comes by and just goes, "Captain, Goblins took the powder, so if you make it down to the store, powder.
Powder. Got it. Do we need
It's on the list.
cannonballs or just powder?
They left the cannonballs.
All right.
Cool.
We'll buy a few barrels of powder and tell them it's just the cannons.
We can well stock our ship, whatever that value is, in gold or provisions. Like, it's been a bit, so we can spend a little bit of money and
Yeah.
stock it up.
Prepare for a siege on the ship.
Which isn't gonna happen, but might as well prepare.
Okay. So as you guys are making your way towards New Callum, you've got a little over a day of travel. So if anyone would like to spend some downtime to maybe gain more insights into Langston or certain characters within Langston, if you guys want to do anything, maybe like some kind of ability check that might aid your character in like in-universe knowledge or things like that, or do anything else like housekeeping stuff while you're on the ship, you can let me know.
I'm looking at my divination spells, see if there's anything else that can help. Can I scry on the Bone King?
You can try.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. He's gonna have a hell of a modifier because you don't know anything about him.
Yep.
Oh, his name's Elhorn.
Yep. Shouldn't.
Scry on Elhorn, yes.
I mean, I've seen him. You know.
Can you draw a picture?
Can I draw a
Or-
picture?
Why don't you just scry on him?
Or magic a picture?
I mean, we got a scry ball, right?
Oh yeah, just here, take the scribble.
Alright, I'll scry on him.
Okay. Varric, what's your save?
For magic?
Yeah.
14.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this has no. You don't have any. You don't have a
Shitty
likeness or
math.
picture. You
That's
don't have a connection. So it's gonna be a straight save.
Have I ever seen the Bone King in my very brief stay in Langston?
You specifically have. In
I have.
fact, oh,
He's the one who sort of betrayed us, tipped us off.
yeah, he was the one who fucked you over and like alerted Beaumont to your activities when you.
I'll turn into the Bone King. Oh, this could be so useful. I'll turn into the Bone King.
Holy shit.
If that helps either of their saves.
Keep the door locked.
Yeah, I'll say it does. Yeah.
Maybe away from the other crew members.
Yeah, we need to keep the door closed and make them not like peer in like what the fuck.
Okay. So Varric, you see let me change the music for this.
Oh, I forgot the music.
Me too.
I'm just realizing how potentially traumatizing this might be for Varric.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in a good mood about it.
So Varric, your vision kind of fades away and you feel like all of the air is just sucked out of the room. And there's just kind of like this heavy like humid warmth. And as your vision slowly comes to you, you find yourself in a dimly lit room. You're kind of over the shoulder of this large hulking figure. And you just kind of hear like the wet sounds of some kind of food being consumed. And just over the shoulder of the Bone King, you see the shape of it catches your eye because initially you think it's like a furniture or something like that, but you see some kind of movement, something just like gently twitch. And you see what looks like a humanoid figure, like pretty lean and muscular, that has a huge greatsword impaling it to the ground. Connected to the end of the greatsword is a chain that's affixed to the roof of this wooden chamber. And you just like faintly hear like breathing coming from that individual as they just slowly kind of move around. And you just hear this voice kind of echo through the chamber. This, well, you must be getting sick of me saying this, but never quite knew what would come with all this, you know? Sometimes I do miss the good old days. And with that, you hear the other figure just kind of grunt. Sort of, what do they call it? That's right. Heavy lies the crown, sort of thing. You were always better than that than I was. And he just begins like crunching on more food. And he just continues his meal. Give me a perception check.
I'm 17.
17. You notice at his side, there is this what looks like a leather-bound book, where the book looks bigger than the leather binding itself, and it's been chained shut.
The
And
book?
first, the book itself, and for a second, the chains kind of rattle, and it looks like the book is trying to open itself. And you see for a second what looks like this. It's hard to explain, but like this book has been made of like marble, like white marble, and it tries to open, and there's this blue arcane shimmer from inside, and then it just like gently relaxes as it kind of flexes against the chains. And you just are watching this huge Triton figure eating a meal in his chambers right now. You don't, other than that, you don't notice anything particularly notable. Do you look on or do you exit the scry?
I continue watching. I can't look away.
Okay. The only notable thing, you kind of hear him like in and out every once in a while, kind of reference this other individual that is seemingly alive and like kind of just out of your vision. The last thing he says is just, it is really exhausting just being surrounded by idiots and sycophants. No one ever really, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you were in a way, my only, well, I guess that'll do for now, old friend. And with that, your vision fades to black, and you find yourself back on the ship. You watch as Varric just kind of like takes a couple deep breaths, and like with his posture, it looks like he's out of the vision. Not quite speaking.
You good there, buddy? You were in
Yeah,
a while.
you don't look the greatest.
We need to talk to Old Luke.
Okay.
What happened?
What did you see?
Well, I saw him. And I saw the book. And another man was there, impaled by some kind of great sword, chained to the ceiling. Larger than I remember.
So he has a prisoner?
Sounded like somebody he knew. I don't know why. I didn't get all that info. Seemed to be having a conversation. Had the man not been impaled by a great sword, I might think it was a friend of his, or at least an associate.
Okay.
I relate to the best of my ability the gist of the conversation and about the book.
So,
So the book's
I
alive.
guess
He has it.
He's got the book on his person. We need to talk to Old Luke though.
yeah, because whoever he's got prisoner maybe could be an ally of ours in this whole Bone King thing, whatever.
Possible.
What do you what do you want to talk to Luke about?
The book.
I mean, I guess, yeah, okay.
We've got no information on it. Just that he had it at one time. Now it's chained closed.
Why would he do that?
I don't know if the
He
Bone
didn't have
King did it,
control
or
of it.
if the Bone King did it, or if Old Luke did it, or if it was always like that. I don't know.
What if it's kind of like a weapon that can only attune to one individual?
I mean,
We
it
need to
doesn't,
talk
we
to.
shouldn't, yeah, we don't need to speculate about it. We'll just ask the man
Yeah, we need to
who
talk to Otto and
created
see.
it.
Where is he?
He left when he heard we were going after the Bone King. So,
Can somebody message him?
yeah, sure. Can I have the Palantir back?
I didn't even realize I was still holding it. I give it back to Sandara.
I will send a message to Autolic.
Okay.
Have some questions about
Urgent. Need info.
urgent questions about your book. Please come to our ship, Sundar.
There's this like electric crackle, and sure enough, Autoluke appears, and he just looks around, uh, looks over at
Oh
you.
no, are you still fucking disguised as fucking the Bone King?
I would assume so.
Yeah, why not?
And as he walks over towards Sandara, he looks at you like super earnestly.
Right.
He gives you a look that you really haven't seen from him. Like he looks very genuine right now. And he goes, "You really read my book?"
Oh.
No,
Not that book,
No
Guadalupe.
one ever talks to me about that. Given me some inspiration to getting around finishing it.
Luke,
What do you think?
different book. Different book. You know the one you lost in Langston?
He looks very disappointed.
Wasn't working.
It was the Bone King has it, obviously. It's chained closed. Is that something you did, or was it always like that? Or
Oh, someone changed it closed.
Also, if you just want to give me a
Actually-
copy of your book to read, I would totally be okay with reading it and telling you how it is. Didn't know you really
Sure.
had a readable copy.
Pocket dimension. And he like reaches out and grabs like this stack of papers and just goes, "Here you are."
I will gladly take them. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
you didn't chain it closed?
No, but that's pretty fucking brilliant.
What's in? It looked like it was trying to open. You know,
Yeah,
it
it does that.
was overflowing with magic.
To the untrained eye, I could see someone say it's overflowing with magic, but that's just really a simplification. It's really not how the enchantment of the book works.
You understand what I mean,
Could
though,
you,
don't
yeah, could you like tell us in detail what that means then?
Well, no, because it's not how it works. I mean, I can tell you how the book works, but it's not overflowing
Yeah.
with magic.
So tell us how the book works.
Tell us how the book works, Guadalupe.
So the book essentially can imprint a series of magical trinkets, if you will, and it allows the user to select from a variety of them on any particular day, and then as the day moves on, it will randomly open up and sort of switch and jumble them around. And as you collect more of these trinkets, you can add them to the collection of the book, and then just kind of move them around.
Give me an example, because that doesn't make any fucking
Right.
sense.
So, well, it does. It makes a lot of fucking sense if you just thought about it for just as things like. So, for example, do any of you have any magical trinkets on you?
We have so many magical trinkets. I start throwing them on the table.
Okay, so like, what, for example, like, what do you have?
I've got the dubious apparatus. Let's see.
You got a charm or something?
Some gloves, some magic gloves.
All of our actual
Got the
charms.
broom of flying.
Yeah, our charms.
He specifically gravitates towards the charms.
Okay.
So for example, like what charms does someone?
Give him the wheel. I'll give him the wheel and woe charm that I have on.
Okay. So as he kind of sorts through everything, he's this is a perfect charm of wheel and woe used by some sort of lesser clerics, clergymen, whatever. Ultimately, one could take this, and then you would sort of have the book on you, and then you would just somehow, bing, know how to do it, and then the charm would just disappear, and then it would be in writing in the book. You'd get a little diagram, a picture of it, and then some sort of arcane writing that I could never understand, unless I used the spell Comprehend Languages. And then I could see what exactly it was written, and it would just tell you sort of what the charm did, and then you could just use that charm, and then switch it whenever you wanted.
It's a powerful
mean?
fucking book.
What do you
Okay.
mean by switch it?
Yeah.
So, for example, you could say, "Oh, I don't want to use this charm of wheel and woe anymore. It's I just in my mind like I want an inversion bead right now," and the book would flip to that page, and then
Oh.
you would have that ability.
Awesome.
You'd have the
And
ability
so,
It
to lose
was
the charm.
No wonder Faraday wants that book so bad.
but you said that it also randomly will switch the charms around on its own whim?
Well, yes.
Okay, so
And
he's
so by
super
chaining the book
unpredictable.
closed, he is
Chained it
like
shut, and
locked in whatever he's wanted, essentially.
I suppose, yes.
So if we could open the lock, it could change whatever he's using.
I'd imagine so. But really, the the pain in the ass about it was that you would just be doing things, in your regular day, trying to have a, good time as we wizards do, and the book would just start opening up and flinging things around, and it was could be a bit of a bummer sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I could see. I don't know why you never changed it closed.
What who should in this one, Syria?
Oh no, I just
The Bone
cried
King
on.
killed his son, so he's really upset about that.
He's a
He's
bit
on the dead
vulnerable
something
right
again,
now.
is he?
What was that?
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
Reasonable.
So is that what you summoned me here?
Yeah, that's basically it.
Oh, I
Well,
mean, we will take a copy of your book if you want to give it to us. That sounds interesting.
Got right here,
What
baby.
more? I used to be on the Oran Council of Mages.
Okay.
It's like a pretty big deal. And you're just summoning me here to answer questions about a book that I
I
used
mean,
to
I
have.
asked. I
A
didn't
book that
summon. I
you
asked you
lost.
politely, and you came over because we're friends, Luke. Just because
Oh,
you're a haughty-taughty wizard doesn't mean you can't just come visit your friends when they have questions.
give me a
Jeez.
persuasion check.
Oh goodness. Okay. So. Mm. That is a 24.
Oh
Oh shit.
nice.
I'm
His demeanor
persuasive,
kind of
man.
softens and he just goes, Did you call me a friend?
Hey.
Yes, I called you a friend, Luke. We're friends. Come on.
Yes. Yes, we are, aren't we?
I thought we
I
were.
I have friends. Like the sound of that. Well, in that case, I might stick around, grab a bite to eat. Friend.
Feel free,
Like walks past you.
I kind of look at the rest of the group like, did I just make a big mistake?
I think he's attached to you now. You said the word, we
I said
didn't.
we're all friends, okay? This was like a group. I
Hey, he's great and all, but I mean, no, he's our friend.
he is our friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. He is crazy.
He's
though.
been ride or die.
Yeah, he came instantly, and no questions asked, and
Just showed up.
it might have been
Did you
because
say
he
he's
wanted
been?
his book
As
reviewed.
he
but-
walks past you, Cass,
He's like, "What is he gonna
he
do?"
just kind of like takes his hand and just like smacks your belly. Just goes, "Who's this guy?" and like walks past him.
Oh no.
Hey, I don't appreciate that. Ask next time. Thank you. I turn back into Cass. That listen,
Look, you
maybe
don't
it's not that
recognize the
scary.
Bone King?
Oh, that's the Bone King?
Well, it's Cash, but yeah.
But we've never met.
Oh my god.
Oh, that makes sense.
Does it?
Oh, it's Leland who's met him. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leland and the crew that know
We
him.
mixed our old guys up.
We didn't
Yeah.
mix our own guys up.
I did.
No, I mean, well, he lost the book in like a gambling bet or something. I kind of assumed it was straight to the Bone King, but I guess it just
Yeah.
ended up in his hands. An ugly motherfucker right there.
Um, I would like to
That's
for the
the
24
Bone King?
hours.
More like the Dome King.
What will you say about it?
Dude, I ain't scared of this motherfucker.
All right. We are joined by Jessica. Welcome. Hope
Yay!
it was
What's
short.
up, man?
The group right now is just totally making a sick plan about how they're going to go to Langston and do a bunch of shit. So it's kind of a downtime point where anyone can kind of do anything to figure out or, work out what you're going to do in the next 24 hours or so.
Sounds good. Where are we?
You guys
Yes.
are airborne on a 32-hour sky ship ride towards New Callum, where they're going to drop off the ship and then make their way to Langston. Okay, so
Varric is going to his room to spend the rest of the time alone because he's traumatized.
Okay.
I'm going to meditate on the Raven Queen. Possibly banish myself to the.
You guys, those
what's it called?
reactions. They're so funny.
I don't know if you can do that.
You can.
Yeah, you can banish yourself.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
awesome.
Yep, banish myself to that temple and the whatever the fuck it's called. Sorry, my brain is not on right now.
No worries.
And yeah, meditate. I know I was told to meditate on it, so I'm going to try to commune with her. See if I can get some answers.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a unskilled wisdom check.
Skilled wisdom check. Okay. 14.
14. Okay. So you banish yourself to the Shadowfell, to the Fortress of Memories.
Okay.
You're in that white marble palace. You know what? Go ahead and roll again to see if it gets any better, because I'm going to give you advantage for being here
Okay.
with the Spanish spell.
Eek. That didn't. I hate digital dice. That's a natural one.
No worries. So 14, the roll stands.
Yeah.
As you are communing with the Raven Queen, what are you hoping to gain?
I don't know, an answer on if we're taking the right path. We're going the right way about this.
Okay.
Should we be joining Faraday? Like,
Okay.
who is our greatest enemy?
Okay. You don't hear words in response to these thoughts, but you do gain understanding. Upon reflecting on the question of, are you taking the right path? You feel this heavy reassurance, like a weighted blanket, just kind of fall over you. And faith that as a child of the Raven Queen, any path you take is the right path, because otherwise you wouldn't have taken that path or be put on that path. As far as whether or not you should have joined Faraday, there's no answer for that. And you kind of get more of a sense of almost like a parent telling a child, I can't tell you what to do with your life. And on reflecting on that final question of who is my biggest enemy, the understanding you get is that what is standing between you and accomplishing your goals, the biggest thing stopping you is yourself and your own self-doubt. And that with faith, literally anything is possible. Now, with that, you generally feel this kind of cloud move over, and you feel yourself a little bit more focused on exactly what to look for and what to try to anticipate when dealing with this very dangerous person in this very dangerous place. And the first question that begins just scratching at your mind as you're within this temple is motive. What does Elhorn want with your crew? Like, this is a pirate. If he wanted to steal from you, why is it that he's not just sending people after you? He got an assassin on board your ship. Why didn't he try to have her just kill you guys and take whatever? Like, what is it that he is hoping to accomplish? So, as you are banished from the Temple of Memories, as your banish spell wears off, you might be left reflecting on some of those things, and as we move on to other people, you can think about if there's anything else you'd wish to do to explore some of that. So we move on from there. Is there anyone else that wants to do anything with their downtime?
I would like to do some ship defense prep work. So I'm gonna go around casting Glyph of Warding and some spells, and like communing with Bev to make sure that like the cannons and like she understands like when we're off the ship that she's taking like verbal instructions from the rest of the crew for defense purposes.
The crew cannot interact with this being.
Well, can they like who controls the cannons and like the Eldritch Lance?
That can be manned by the crew, or it can be done by the ship.
Okay, so then I'm talking with the
Essentially,
crew
like you,
about.
yeah.
Okay, then I'm talking with the crew about ship defense stuff. Just defense. Everybody's on defense.
Give me a persuasion check here.
Persuasion check. Oh no, I just said I can be pretty persuasive, which means this one's not gonna be good.
You got it.
13.
It's a little bit of a hard sell because anyone who might be watching would see Sundara kind of talk in this kind of almost like hippie kind of touchy-feely way about like talking about Bev like she's a person, and the crew just looks scared and confused. You kind of see Nick just kind of like lean over and just goes, "The ship's alive?" And Danny would go, "Don't, just listen." And you kind of get the sense that the magic involved in all this is just way over their heads. They are scared and confused by the idea that there is sentience that is operating this insanely technically advanced and dangerous skyship that they are flying on. Especially one that's been kind of haphazardly like grafted from a frayed clockwork sentinel onto the exoskeleton of this massive ship. So you kind of feel like the points you're trying to drive home, it's not like that you are not charismatic, it's that you are way too technically advanced to speak to these like sailors that don't know how to read.
They're just dumb.
Well, it's not even about being dumb or not. Like, they're great on a ship. It's just
like they're totally happy to man the cannons and all that, but like everything you said about Bev, which is what you were calling the ship, they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that because that just like fucks with my whole idea of reality. Um,
I get that. Yeah, that's
as
fair.
much as Leland kind of like, okay, you all heard the captain. We're on defense mode. Just don't step here, there, back there, and
No, no, no. For that, I'm going to give everybody a piece of material, a very like it'll be my hair specifically, so that it is like the guard, the anti-ward glyph trigger.
what happens if we lose a hair?
No, it's like a little strand. I don't know, like turn it into a bracelet or something.
You
It's not
die.
like it's easy to see, is it?
As what?
Don't worry about him. You've heard the captain. Don't lose your hair.
If if you lose yours, hold the hand of somebody who has theirs, and don't step here, here, or here, or here, or you might die.
Can we mark them off with big red X's?
Absolutely not. They are secret. Don't even look at it. Pretend that's not there.
That's
Except for if you
terrifying.
lose the hair, and then pretend it's there, because otherwise you're gonna die.
Okay. So the speech goes really well. Um, the men have been their spirits have been bolstered. They have rallied. Um, you specifically notice they're all just like work around the ship is kind of grinded to a halt because like someone's just like trying to swab the deck and they're just like looking around like kind of stepping
It's
before
like,
they
oh,
touch anything.
where's the spot again?
Um, but yeah,
Look, I'll show you. Cass, come walk on this. Cass, can you walk on this after
Yeah,
I give him?
yeah, I mean, towards the end of the speech, Cass is just watching, like, in astonishment, like, good job. Oh, this is over? Beautiful train wreck. And I go to demonstrate.
okay. You just kind of see everyone's like huh, like flinching.
It's fine. It's fine. This is your
Turn
hair,
the ship
right?
into a minefield.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't understand why they didn't get the whole like the ship consciousness part. I thought I was very
You know, these are simple people, simple ideas, simple minds. They know a
Yeah.
ship. Let's leave it at a ship talk.
but it's just like an alive ship. It's like
At
It's a
this
little
point,
scary.
you see Briggs kind of cut in and just be like, "Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't get what the big deal is either. I mean, he's right though. These are people of the clay. You really gotta, give them just like one or two syllable words. They don't understand magic like we do.
I wasn't gonna put it that far, but thank you for your input, Briggs. Does he
Oh
still
my
have the
god.
suicide vest on?
Yeah.
Please, just can we take that off? Does it need to be on right now?
Um, to be honest, until I'm done with it, I'm actually a little scared to.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay. Please,
Don't lose your hair.
please be careful, Briggs. You are a valuable member of this crew.
Don't
And
worry, I'm doing my shuffle step.
for whatever he does in the next 10 minutes, he has an inspiration.
Oh, good.
Just
Okay.
in case.
Okay.
Um, Sundara, if you're done motivating these people, I kind of had a request for you.
yeah, but I don't yeah, what's up?
And to probably should do this in private.
Oh, let's go to below decks, captain's
Well,
quarters,
guys, I'm gonna go. I will see you
breakfast.
guys later. Don't
All right.
die.
See ya.
Make a good man.
Yeah,
I'll see you guys
we'll try
later.
not to.
Good for this episode.
Alright.
Yeah, Cass leads you to the captain's quarters. Um, and there's sort of there is a roaring fire that was left unattended, irresponsibly, and a sort of ritual site, I guess, with his pistol and like a gem and a bunch of candles laid out. And if we have it, a bottle of Traveler Vintage, sort of set next to with a glass poured in the bottle next to it. Um, you know, these things that I have, these tools from my god and other worlds, acted really weird when I was on the island, and I sort of started something, but I was hoping you can help me end it. Um,
Oh,
you know, your magic is a little special. Where you're from is special, and I just figured it's appropriate to sort of bring you onto this if you're willing.
absolutely. I was actually wondering about that because are you from? Where are you from? Like, it's weird that your magic kind of connected with Valendry, but you said like you were just given to your parents.
Um, Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of thought that my parents raised me. I was born to them, and then something happened. Um, but the question of who is Cass, who is this face I'm wearing, and where are they from, and why are they in a different world, it made me think of a lot of questions. I don't know, is the
Hmm,
short answer.
okay. Yep. Nope. No. Yep. I get that. Complicated answers for complicated questions.
But
So,
the gun and the polyloot aren't, they're part of the world tree, I think, and I don't even really know what that means.
I don't either. I don't think I know what a world tree even is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't.
neither do I. I honestly, I didn't really like religion in school. It was kind of the science and religion least important. Uh, anyways, this is
So,
a
what's
little
this ritual? What do we do here?
this is a little weird for me. Can you just turn around real quick?
Yeah.
Just
Hesitantly turns around.
silently, Cassius turns into like his changeling form. Uh, okay, uh, and has like peasant type clothes on. Um, okay, you can turn around. Uh,
You, you know, I've seen you in this form before.
I know,
It's
I
just
know.
weird still. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. We don't have to talk about it. It's just making it more awkward. Okay. Yeah. What do we zap it or set it on fire or what do we do now?
Um, well, I kneel down and like sort of grab this pretty large agate that's got a bunch of inscriptions on it, and the design of like branches or tree trunks, vinery. Um, I figured I lead the ritual, and then you can sort of help infuse your magic into it. If you would like a ritual glass of wine, there's one for you. I can pour one for you. I don't know if that helps or not, but so I'm like 2 cups deep, so it kind of helps me, I think.
Uh, yeah, I'll drink some ritual glass of wine. I don't know if that's gonna help or make my magic worse, but we can try it.
I'll get up excitedly, a bit nervously, and pour her a glass of Traveler's Vintage, hand it to her,
Okay.
and begin chanting in Sylvan, um, the awaken ritual, and this might take a little bit. This is gonna take an
I
hour.
Oh yeah, I sit down. Let's settle in. I settle in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I start chanting too, and I like look at Cass as I like try to repeat the words. Or what name do you go by in your changeling form?
You know, Cassius, I think is fine. Cass,
Okay.
it's all the same. I think. Never really had a
I
default name.
Uh, Cass, give me a charisma saving throw.
What?
Hmm?
We want to know your true name.
Okay, I mean that would be great to figure out right now. 26.
Okay. You don't crack at all. Now, again, I'm never going to tell a character how they might feel, but I would imagine that that might be the first time that Cass has ever said out loud that he doesn't really have a name.
Yeah.
And again, this is what you do. So I would say, however that might make you feel to say that out loud, you don't show a thing.
I think that's fair. It does rattle him a bit because it's all been on his mind.
Yeah, that's all. So,
Okay.
so describe how you're performing this ritual here, and if you wanted like Sundara to participate in a specific way, or how what happens?
It it begins chanting in Sylvan, and it switches over to Common for a little bit, just get the words, and switches back into Sylvan. Doesn't really expect anything of Sundara to repeat the words exactly. And as time goes on, I imagine the heat becomes pretty intense in the room, and he like turns to Sundara and breaks out of this trance. It now I think is close enough. If you've got any crazy sky elf magic or
Oh, right there, right as you look up to where you expect Sundara to be, you notice there's something off, something's wrong. And as you kind of like shift your perspective, you notice Sundara's whole form has just been completely fractured. Like you
got a strange
like,
dog behind you.
Whose dog is that?
Okay.
Sorry.
There's
Such
another
a-
dog there.
I'm with
Stop
you.
that.
I'm with you.
You kind of peek over, and there's just like these lines kind of going through her form, and she's just been almost like the Sky Shattered Tower. Sundara's whole form has just been completely like scattered. And in the perspective you were looking at, it almost looked like someone took the pieces and kind of arranged them in like an eclipse that made it look kind of normal. But you feel very alone right now. And as you look back towards the weapon, you notice the barrel of the gun is almost like inverting itself as this huge vine has been crawling out and completely invading the room that you're in. You hear the entire ship creaking under the pressure of these vines just going through the innards of the ship. And as you look down at your own hands, they are tiny, like the hands of a small child. And you look up and you see the traveler like kneeling and still being much taller than you, as you feel like multiple hands on your shoulders. And you watch as he kind of looks down at you and just says, "Hey there, little one. I know this might feel a little overwhelming right now. I know I certainly had to play with the cards I was dealt. It's not always fair." As that happens, you kind of feel this gentle nudge, and you turn around and you see a whole group of changelings behind you, wearing robes and just looking. You see one or two looking a little bit sad, and the rest just looking like in pure awe at you. And with that,
The traveler kind of just looks back and just goes, "You ready?"
I-
And he just holds out his hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Some answers eventually would be nice. I sort of mutter to myself and reach out and grab his hand.
As you do, he just kind of like pulls you back towards the whatever the source of this awaken spell is, and those vines begin to bloom in this wild and disorganized like ferns and flowers, and you're just like pushing through now jungle. And as you do, you step through and you find yourself back in the room looking kind of down now at Sandara and again at your own body as you're performing this ritual. And as that's happening, all of the foliage that's coming out of the precursor is now almost like being sucked right back into the barrel slowly. Sundara, you just watch as Cass just completely stops chanting entirely, and it looks like he loses consciousness. He's still kind of like bobbing his head like something is happening. Is there any way that you want to contribute to this ritual?
Do I have any sense of what he's trying to do other than...
Give me an Arcana check.
Because I don't want to mess anything up. That's a 10. Boo.
10. You don't know how he's doing what he's doing. You get the sense that he brought you here for a... I'll tell you what, you failed the Arcana check. Give me an Insight check now.
Oh, I definitely felt that. That's a 7.
Okay.
Just like, I don't know what I'm here for.
So, yeah.
That didn't explain anything, really.
It is a little confusing. Like, you get the sense that definitely you are here for a specific reason. I would say
Laundry and magic.
you're caught between thinking that he wants you to somehow participate in this ritual, whether you know how to do that or not, or that you are here as like a safety measure of like, hey, if I like die or disappear or something bad happens, there's like another sober adult that is here to call for help or to just be here to help. So it's up to you. So as this resolves, I just fire it back at you. Do you want to do anything to participate with this ritual?
I'm going to take over the chanting that Cass was doing while keeping an eye on his now unconscious body and seeing if there's any change in like his body itself.
Give me a separate Arcana check here.
Right. Yay, 19. Better.
19. You notice that as you begin to take over the chanting, what you didn't notice before is that the polylute itself has almost begun to like invade and spread out through the back wall of the room, and is now blooming to a point where it's kind of taking over the entire room here, and it kind of creates this dome, and you watch as there are these tendrils that have grown downwards, so you're kind of in this like lattice of vines that almost like a harp that has been deconstructed and reconstructed in like a 10 by 10 foot space around you guys. Each one is plucking and creating like this melody that is coming from every direction because each string is separated by like half a foot from all these other strings. As that happens, you watch as all of the bloom slowly fades and enters the barrel of the precursor, and you just watch as
it falls from that ritual place that it was and just clatters to the wooden floor. And with that, Cass kind of shoots up awake. The vines kind of snap back, and you're just sitting with the two of you in that room, and you just see the precursor now has this strange like flexing, like it's breathing or moving, where the barrel is kind of like twisting and extending, and as it does, you faintly notice like a little bud kind of like bloom into a flower, and then kind of snap back, and then kind of turn into a little fern, and then snap back, and then you see like a thorn, like thorns kind of go up the barrel of the gun, snap back, and it's just kind of switching through all these different like fibrous materials. And Cass, as you come to, you can add the awakened precursor to your inventory.
Oh, is that an item I can find?
Yep.
Cool. You did great,
Oh.
Sandara. You did. I assume you did. You did great.
I mean, you kind of passed out, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna wake him up. And then you're back. So, are you okay? Or
I passed out. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. A bit weird, child thing that was going on. Lots of questions, but I think, I think we did it. And he sort of looks down at the gun, writhing and breathing.
that's what you wanted to happen? You wanted your gun to be alive?
Yeah, I mean, I saw, you know, you did your thing with Bev, unintentionally or not,
Oh,
and it was like,
okay, yeah.
you know, this is a weird gun, so I thought, what if I could just ask it? What if I could, but yeah, I think it's, and I like gingerly pick it up.
Yeah, so a conscious gun, kind of. Love that.
There might be problems later, but it should be fine. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
you know what? I'm with you. I support you. I'm behind this 100%.
Guys, I gotta cut out.
Okay.
I'll see ya next week.
Later.
Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get up to my feet and strangely reach a hand down to help Sandara up to her feet.
What's strange about that?
Cass has never been generous.
Oh. Yeah, thanks. Takes sand, gets up.
I I think I mean I think I need some alone time, right? If you don't mind.
Yeah, no, it's really hot here. It's kind of, you should open a porthole or something. Yeah. Have a good luck with the gun and see you in the morning.
Of course, yeah, right. See, and he's just totally engrossed in his weapon. In the morning, yep.
Okay.
He doesn't see her out.
Okay. Um. Little. Okay. Sounds good. With that, it's broaching around evening time. If anyone else wants to do anything, I mean, I guess that just leaves you, Samugi. Was there anything you wanted to do with like downtime in the course of the day?
Last time I had downtime, I think I already tinkered and repaired
Mhm.
uh my my guy.
Yep.
Um, no, I think I'm just gonna take rest and
I
see
would
you in the
say
morning.
in the throughout the day, you might have seen Briggs, the explosive enthusiast, walking around with a vest that was made of dynamite, um, and talking about an apparatus for like launching, like catapulting crew members at enemy ships, and then like inversion beating them back while like leaving like explosive vests to like fire at people. FYI.
Oh, okay. Was this something that he was gonna undertake himself, or
Yeah,
was
he's already
he just
working on
gonna?
it with Flagger, and like that's just happening.
Okay. All right. Well, before Samugi retires for the night, he's gonna and taking his evening stroll around the ship. he'll take interest on seeing these crew members creating like suicide vests
Yeah,
is what it
that's kind of what
seems.
they look like. They
Yeah.
keep reiterating that they
Yeah,
don't like that term, and that's not what they're for because of the inversion bead. But you can't help but
right.
be like, this seems not great. Um,
And
okay,
Smokey's just gonna stand by and kind of supervise that,
sure.
you
So
know,
go ahead
and
and give
just
me
give some advice.
give me a tinkering check.
Okay.
Now, I guess my question is, are
Uh,
you trying to get them to abandon this endeavor entirely, or are you like here to make sure that they
no,
do
I actually
this
kind of
as safe?
I like it. I like
Gotcha.
you know, it's kind of in my wheelhouse, I guess you could
Okay.
say.
Okay.
But you know, again, safety is my priority, and I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be a buzzkill over here,
Yeah.
but you
Perfect.
know,
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So go ahead and roll a tinkering check.
oh,
So intelligence and
that's
double
skill proficiency. Okay, got it. So it's 17.
17. Okay. Um, what they are, so you help them, and the way they're approaching it, in theory, could be considered what not safe, but um like the thesis behind what they're trying to accomplish is like reasonable. Well, reasonable is also not a
Yeah,
good word. It's possible to do this and
feasible.
not like
Yeah.
yeah, it's feasible. Yeah, sure. Um so essentially they've come up with this like catapult device, and their idea is to use the lighter weight crew members to essentially be like delivery vessels for this vest of explosives, and then invert bead back to the original location to put on another vest. And it works with kind of like a dead man's trigger that doesn't come back with the inversion bead. So yeah, between the three of you, being Samugi, Clagger, and Briggs, you come up with a functional apparatus that in theory can work. So that happens. Okay,
Okay.
so with that success, Clagger and Briggs are thrilled. Um, drinks are to be had, and you know, just kind of Clagger kind of goes. He's kind of set up this area to be his workshop, where he's kind of got a bunch of other like tinkering ideas and artificer things that he's kind of working on.
If we
Okay.
can't call them suicide vests, what can we call them?
I mean,
We
Just
can
ask.
call them inversion bombs.
oh shit,
Ooh.
that's good.
See? That's good.
Man operated inversion
He
bombs.
goes, "Not what how about gobby inversion bombs?"
Okay, that's fair.
Great too.
I don't understand the reference, but
You
I
could
suppose
call
it
them
was your
I
idea.
bomb for
So
short. The gobby I bomb.
The eye bomb for sure.
sure, that sounds good.
All right, we'll go 50-50-50.
Math totally checks out. Okay.
All right, perfect. Um,
Gib.
all right. With that, you all take your various long rests. And as you awake at various times in the morning, you see in the distance New Callum getting closer. So as your crew all has breakfast, you all kind of prepare to dock with the city. What are the next steps as you begin to head off to Langston? How do you want to get there?
My horse. Oh, speaking of my horse, Cass, have you been feeding Lucky?
You know, it's a statue. I kind of just said yes because, you know what? Why not? I'll pull a statue out of my pocket, place it on the deck. Do you have any grain?
I mean, yeah, there's grain in the hold of the ship. I grabbed the nearest crew member. I'm like, can you go get some grain for our horse?
Yeah, they kind of just like look at the like look down at the little like figurine on the floor, and just kind of like nod, and they like run off, stop, like tiptoe around a certain area, and then like run off again. And in a
Got it.
short while, like you have plenty of grain.
Okay, I'll I'll act. You know what? This is actually kind of good because we have to buy one less horse, I think, right? And
I mean,
I'll
if
pet
it
the horse, and I don't know if it's
actually
like a genie
works.
lamp.
Yeah. Um, I would say, yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for this. You're familiar enough with arcane devices that you have a general idea as to how to activate this thing. This is the first time that you've done this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
No, I'm
as you
scared of
do,
horses in real life, so Cass is scared of horses as well.
yeah, as you do, this large, and I mean like D&D large, jet black mare with like fire for eyes, just like apparates from this thing in like a plume of smoke that continues like coming off of it um, as it appears. Um, you do see it's weirdly muscular, um, and it looks kind of maybe Varric is big enough for this thing, but this is like a gunner-sized horse.
Okay.
You also see in like this weird like chest shoulder muscle that's coming off of it, all the hair has been like shaved off, and there's kind of this like gray skin where tattooed on the horse is like in cursive the name Lucky.
Okay. Oh,
Um, you notice this horse has like very purposeful movements, where like it doesn't like jostle around or like shake its head. It moves like a statue, where it just kind of like tracks you with its eyes, and it's just kind of staring at you.
I take a handful of grain and backstep a lot and throw it towards it. Here you go, Lucky. Food for you. Eat as much as you need. Eat as much as you want. Just let me know when you're ready to. We'll get the walkover later. And I'm just backing away behind Sundara.
It kind of like looks down and kind of like sniffs the grain a little bit, uh, and then you watch as it just like takes a step over the other way, and you watch as there's a crewmate sitting there just like looking in awe as this is happening, and it just like bends down into his bowl of food and just like begins eating his breakfast that looks like it's basically just like a braised fish.
Oh, he eats human food.
He eats meat. Good to know.
It's got kind of unsettlingly sharp teeth. This is some kind of weird abomination. This thing is not a horse.
Okay.
It's kind of cute.
It's not.
In like a
It could kill us whenever it wanted to.
yeah, but like in a like what realm does this thing come from kind of way, you know?
Yeah.
Do you want help on it? Like I can give you a boost if you want to get up there.
No. I can help you if you want to get up there. I,
I mean,
I'm walking this thing with like a 20-foot rope. Wherever it decides to go, it goes. Uh,
oh yeah, that's fine.
Um, Cass, as you begin walking it, um, this thing is like shedding light off of like the fire coming off of it.
Through levels.
Um,
Hmm.
and you watch as you and Sindar are close to it. Um, it stamps its feet, and then you watch as all of your crew and everyone around you, except for the two of you and it, disappear. And you're in this weird, like, grayscale version of the plane that you're on. You're still on the ship. It's just like this weird, like, ghostly. Give me Arcana checks.
yeah. As I just
Horse,
look over to
horse done.
Sundara.
Horse done banished us to like a demi plane.
I don't like this horse.
I think this is awesome.
Oh,
Uh, bad rolls, bad rolls. That's a 6.
Thanks. Sundar, you get the sense you're in another plane right now.
yeah, just as good as her.
Yeah, yeah. You get the sense that this horse brought you into another plane, and is just kind of like cocking its head at you, like looking confused, like, "What do you want me to do?"
Okay, Lucky.
Um,
Can you take us
Lucky.
back?
Yeah, back.
You watch as it kind of like gets in your face a little bit and is kind of like cocking its head at you a little bit.
Pat its head. Pat its head, Cass. I think it
No.
wants a head pat.
You do
Okay,
it.
I'll pat its head. I'll pat its head.
Okay. As you go to touch it, you feel like you're gonna burn your hands. Do you? But you still just pet him.
Terrifier.
You know what? Freaking immolation effigy. Let's go.
Oh shit.
Okay. All right. Use your immolation effigy. Give me an animal handling check at advantage.
Oh my gosh, this is 19.
Oh,
19.
shit.
Okay. As soon as you do that, it immediately takes a liking to you.
Yes.
You, as you kind of commune with this beast, you get the sense that it has a couple abilities. First off, this creature has a flying speed
Oh, shit.
of 90 feet.
Jesus.
It sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and an additional dim light 10 feet beyond that. And then it just kind of, the light just kind of stops past that. So it doesn't really like, looking at it from far away, it's weirdly kind of obscured in shadow. But once you're in that radius, it's bright. It's very haunting and unsettling. Anyone riding this thing, the creature can grant
The what?
its natural fire resistance to anyone that's riding it. This creature itself is completely immune to fire.
Oh,
It also can bring you and up to 3 willing creatures within 5 feet of it into the ethereal plane from the material, and vice versa.
Oh.
it's very useful. Well, look at.
See, this is not bad. He's fine.
He seems to like you, so if
Well, give him a pet. Cass, give him a pet. Come here. I like grab Cass's hand.
you're
Come here.
strong,
Come
you're
on.
strong, you're a hero, you're a warrior, you've been places.
Yep. Yep. There you go.
Just go out to pet it.
Hype yourself up.
Give me an animal handling check.
Good, Lucky.
You're
Okay.
strong. You're a hero.
17.
You've been places.
17. I would say, I don't know if this makes you more unsettled or less, but horses are usually very skittish. This one does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
So as you start approaching it, like it doesn't
More.
turn its head like it's afraid of you touching it. It just like doesn't care. And as you begin petting it, it just kind of looks at you like, oh, this is a friend. And it seems to take a liking to you. But again, it's kind of one of those things where you might feel a little unsettled that it just is not at all like nervous or anxious or anything like that.
Yeah, this thing is confident. It is.
So-
It is allowing me to pet it right now. I appreciate it, Lucky. Thank you. I'm gonna back away now.
Confident horse.
But we could use this maybe, and we could use this in Langston, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But for real, how do we get back? That's
Oh yeah. Could you bring us back, please?
You watch as it like stamps its feet again, and you reapparate in the material plane.
Cool. Cool.
cool.
hey, Nick.
You watch as the kind of young, kind of brown-haired human kind of saunters down. He just goes, "Yes, Cam. What the hell is that?"
Hey, this is Lucky. I'm gonna need you to walk this horse.
Give me your choice of intimidation or persuasion.
Okay. Fuck. I'm doing intimidation, which is 11.
11. Okay. You watch as he just like slowly approaches in like a very kind of like Chris Pratt versus the Raptor kind of way.
His name is Lucky.
He likes fire.
He just kind of like, there's nothing to like, it doesn't have any saddle or like anything.
He's got a
So-
20-foot rope that I'm holding attached to his neck, like a lasso.
Oh, perfect. Like a like a leash.
Yeah.
He kind of like grabs it. He's like, "All right, come here, girl," and like gives it a tug. And you watch it just kind of like didn't even realize this person was here. Just kind of like turns, looks back at you. Like, is it okay?
Yeah. This Nick here will be your handler for the foreseeable future. Nick, thank you. Listen to him, follow him. I trust him. You trust him.
Watches it just like turns and begins walking, and Nick's just like at the end of the rope, just like, okay. And yeah, it's going on a walk around the ship.
Cool. Thank you, Nick.
In the distance, you just hear like, "What the hell is even that?"
Right. I want to
That
get
was
rid
fun.
of it so bad, but
It's beautiful.
we shouldn't.
That's
Okay.
a fire horse that can teleport us into the ethereal plane. That's awesome.
I am so glad Gunnar was not riding that when we were fighting him.
That would not be
We would have
okay.
died. But supplies. Now that that's
Oh, yep.
chores taken care of, we should probably stock up on the ship.
Yes. I just blew a lot of powdered diamond on glyphs.
I mean, I'm sure we have some in our bag or bank, but yeah, we should probably get some solidly. Do I need anything? I don't think I need
Yeah.
anything in particular, so I'm just gonna go shopping for ship supplies.
Yeah, just some. We want a well-stocked ship.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
Gunpowder, cannonballs,
Mhm.
ingredients, common ingredients maybe for like food and stuff like that, provisions. I feel like we should get stuff safety wise, right? Diamonds for you.
Actually, I think I'm fine for now. Unless Alara needs some. But I've got one more set left. Now that I look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I can think about, you know. Maybe a bunch more ropes. To like
Should we make sure see if Chef Borden Remley needs us to acquire anything specific for him to set up a little restaurant thing, whatever he's doing.
Oh yeah, I guess we could let him know, and I mean, who knows how long we're gonna be gone, so we might as well just park it in New Callum. Set
Yeah.
that up. Yeah.
Read.
Yeah. Let's go to
Okay.
go to
You
Remley.
talk to Borden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you see the staff in there just kind of setting up the kitchen, and you're just kind of looking around, and as
you see him kind of just like doing this pose, and as you come in, he just goes and just begins stepping over towards you. Just goes, "You. I heard that you were going down to Langston, yeah?
Eventually, yes.
Yes. Yep.
Gonna be doing any fishing down there?
We can. Weren't planning on it.
Well, you can, or you weren't planning on it. Which is it?
We weren't planning on it, but we can.
Yeah, both really. I mean, we were kind
Not
of
mutually exclusive.
Let me. So I take it you've never been.
No.
no.
Right. So I suppose what I meant is Leviathan hunting. You're not going down there to do any Leviathan hunting.
No. We are not planning on that.
Damn it.
But you want a Leviathan?
I mean, be a hell of a way to kick off the restaurant, isn't it? Some Kraken meat. Probably turn quite a profit. Probably more than just distilling it down into, whatever they use in Langston for powering lanterns or whatever.
Not against
I mean,
it.
have you gone Kraken hunting? Leviathan hunting?
I have.
Okay.
It's part of the. I don't know if you heard, we were doing a bit of a series where we go out on a ship, followed by a scrying orb, and then kill a kraken, bring it back, cook it all in a day.
Did that series have a name?
We didn't get past the pilot. So.
Uh-huh. Sorry to hear that. I would love to watch that.
I mean, that works out. We're, we're going into Langston. We're planning on doing a bunch of things. Sure, we can hunt or get the meat of a
It's not.
kraken.
I'll be honest. It's not something I'd take lightly. Typically, you go with a crew armed to the teeth with arcanotech just for the purpose of hunting those leviathans. I do have a bit of something that might help. And he pulls out this tiny vial and hands it to you. And he says, "Don't ask me where I got that. Kraken pheromones."
Oh shit!
Oh,
Do not drop that or break it. Sure, you heard about
okay.
what happened the last time a kraken came down to New Callum.
No.
Oh,
It's also
but
very
everybody heard about that.
Okay. Can you expand? Because I did not hear about that. Did it
Uh,
just destroy New Callum? Was it like a third
yeah,
destruction of the city?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was. I think that was the first one.
I'm sorry. That sounds right. Okay. When would you need this by? Just so we have a timeline.
Oh, I don't need it. This is a delicacy. I don't expect you to get this for me. Certainly don't spend a limb on it. But just if you're out and about, I thought that might be why you're going down to Langston. So
certainly not for your restaurant. But about the restaurant, we're going to be parking in New Callum for a bit. We thought maybe you could start, setting up shop, opening up a little bit, getting people used to your delicacies.
that's the plan.
Great. Do you
Danny
need
Boy
anything?
gave us a rundown. So
Great.
Perfect. Okay. Just make sure everybody who comes on the ship has a guest pass or they will blow up, okay?
right, about that. I understand we were handing out bits of hair. Not a good look for
Terrible. It's pretty terrible.
for fine
Okay.
dining.
Okay, yeah, let me workshop something.
So Well, I'll tell you what I've got. What I'm doing is I'm just blowing out this wall here, and I'm gonna have the guests enter through here. So what they do, and you watch as he just grabs you and like pulls you over to like get a different perspective. They come through here. No, stand here. They come through here.
Yep.
They see the kitchen, right? They're greeted by the staff. They see how the food's being made right in front of them, right? They walk through on the outside, right, out to the dining area where Jean Paul will seat them. What do you think?
It's a great idea. I think
Mm-hmm.
getting them sort of conceptually involved with the kitchen and familiar with it as they pass through is genius.
Perfect. So we're settled. And he just like takes this huge
What?
axe that he like holds over his shoulder.
Just did you check on like the structural integrity of that? Like, is that a load-bearing wall or?
Also, the ship's alive. It's probably going to feel it. But don't
Yeah,
worry
I
about
should
that.
check in. Well, do.
I'm not.
Well, okay. Well, I do. So, but yeah, like, did you check in with the engineer or like anybody to see if that wall is required
That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh shit.
by knocking it down?
By talking to you.
Well, by telling you.
Okay, okay. Let me check in on that before you knock that wall down. I love the plan though, so we'll make it work even if we have to get like a support beam or something because sometimes you need like a very thick
You watch as he just
like
kind of nods and takes the axe and like very gently like sinks it into the side of the wall that he wants to knock out, so it just sticks right in it. Just
mm-hmm.
goes, all right, let me know.
Mm-hmm. I'll
Because
figure that out.
obviously we can't have guests being incinerated, right?
Happens. I mean, kind of gives an air of exclusivity to the
But
restaurant, does it not?
it doesn't. No, no, no. That's not going to work.
I think it might. I think it might.
Well, I think I know what I'm talking about here. So, you know, done this a few times.
Well, I'm just saying. I feel like wizards would particularly flock to that possibility. I'm just going to say that.
You might blow up, you might not. Ooh, is the food that good? It must be that good.
And if
So
you
you'll let me
blow
know
up,
when I'm good
yeah,
to
yeah. Let me go check in. I'll
how many
check in on
actions
that.
do we want to do?
You know, Remley, if you have a list, I can take it down and I whip out a piece of parchment, paper. We're going into town. You know, just let me know.
He like pushes the list back like in your chest, reaches back and takes out a clipboard and like shoves it into your chest. And he's got like 30 pages of things that he wants.
Okay, we're rich. Okay, take the
It's okay.
clipboard.
It's gonna make money. It's gonna make money.
Yeah,
Let me just go check in with Bev about this wall because I don't. I feel like that might be a load-bearing wall. I'm being honest.
it seems important. I doubt you can just blow out any wall, but let's see what the ship
That's
has to say about it.
Yeah. Um, is that what you're doing? You're going to commune with the ship to see what
yeah.
it cares about. Um, in a, I mean, I don't know how this might make you feel, but Bev is very disconnected with the idea that this thing is her body.
I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse.
So Bev is agnostic about the entire thing.
Yeah, but
She can't.
okay. Now, engineering wise,
Yeah, she doesn't know. She's living like what some might call like a nightmare that she's trapped in.
we gotta figure this out.
Um, so yeah, like
Okay.
she does not care. She doesn't know, like she can't see, she can't feel, she can't hear. She can just like move somehow and like operate machinery blindly. Um, and like she doesn't care what you lop off of her. Um, it's like very like disconnected. She doesn't know what's load bearing or what's not. You can
kind of ask Samugi, and you guys can kind of put your heads together on it.
I was going to say, do my tinkering skills transfer into architectural
Yeah, sure. Yeah, make a tinkering
engineering
check.
skills?
Yeah.
Okay, let's tinker. And while I'm rolling this, I have a question. If I wanted to make like a something that I was thinking of referring to as a stack pack, where I could like, I kind of got a little inspiration from the inversion bomb. If I could like, without using movement, like catapult myself, like in a battle situation, you know what I'm saying? Is that something that I would need materials for?
Now, when you say stack pack and describe what you described, what comes to mind is a portable catapult that goes on Varric's back that you then
Yes.
use to activate and launch yourself.
Well, it's not just a catapult because it also serves like a, like it's a comfortable seat for me as well, so I can drink tea while we're traveling on foot.
It's not just the
But
catapult, it's a lifestyle.
but in the situation that we come across some foes, unbeknownst to them, my stack throne would also double as a catapult. That
Yeah, I mean, you know the answer is yes. Like,
well, I
yeah,
know I can make it, but I just want to know if I need to get anything to like to put it together.
it depends on what you're trying to do. Because if you're talking about like a true comfort chariot, then yeah, it's going to cost you some materials. And also it's like, do you really want to launch like your lifestyle with it, or are you trying to come up with some way to just like launch you and then like reset the
No,
catapult?
just launch me. Yeah, and just like a spring or something that could be reset. For
Yeah,
the most part, it's just a okay.
okay, but you want it to be nice.
Yeah, I mean, Varric's gonna be, if he agrees to it,
Okay.
is gonna be wearing it.
Right. Okay, so tell you what, give me a tinkering check for schematics that you
Okay.
could have been working on overnight for the stack pack.
Okay. Roll for the stack pack. What is that? A 9, so 18.
Yeah, I mean, so this is, I'd say you come up with like 10 iterations of the stack pack. So really the question would be like, how much money are you willing to spend on this? Because I'm going to tell you the way this mechanically is going to work is that you could put this thing on the stack. It is going to slow him down pretty significantly. With most iterations of this thing that you would build, you can have some lightweight models, but there would be some drawbacks. But basically, it would allow you to move with his movement, and you would essentially be like using the stack as a mount.
Yes. And I would be able to basically like utilize like the catapult action instead of like using movement. So it would add to my movement,
Well, I would.
right?
Yeah, you could have it either way, or both, where the catapult is controlled by you and or the stack. So mechanically, the way it would work is like Varric could use an attack action to launch you at a thing, and then like you could then be in position to do your own attack.
Well, what I was thinking, and no, I would prefer if the action were left to Samugi. So more so like I could like
That's what I'm saying is
basically
you can have it as like either or both.
okay. So I would say either, and I would probably go for the lightweight option,
Okay.
and at the cost of what I would assume is movement or strength of the catapult.
Okay. So you want it to be like the least hindrance to Varric as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, how much are you willing to throw down on this?
How much do I got?
Because there's definitely like tiers of like your ability to pull this off.
We've got theoretically 30,000 gold worth of stuff, I say fucking go for it. As expensive as possible.
Stack pack.
Well, I mean, I don't want to blow all of our funds. It is just, if I'm being honest, it's more for show, and any advantage of movement that I could get out of it would just kind of be a bonus. So, like, how much are we talking here?
So here's what I would do. I would say the added money that you would throw into this wouldn't necessarily guarantee that it's better. It just gives you better odds of being able to make it better. So I would say I would make a quality roll of essentially like 5d6. For every 1,000 gold you spend, you get a d6. And if you go beyond 5, you just get to like take out the lower of your rolls. So if you spend 10,000 gold on this, you'll roll 10d6 and accumulate the best rolls of that for the best 5, if that makes sense. And that adds up
Okay.
to like your quality roll.
So Samugi's, as he's approached for ideas about the blowing out the wall for the restaurant business, like kind of just interrupts and then starts like showing all of his like diagrams and schematics of the stack pack that he was like really getting into and obviously passionate about. And when on the subject of money, he just kind of like glances over at the two of you and goes, "It's going to cost us, potentially 5+ G's." And then just kind of like looks at you with puppy dog eyes.
I mean, do whatever you want, Samugi. I think that's totally fine. It's your money too.
Okay.
If it makes you happy, that spark in your eyes, I very rarely see it. So
Samugi kind of like taps his feet up and down and gives like a giddy kind of like squeal. And then just, composes himself for a second and just goes, "Thank you. You won't be disappointed." And he's going to spend a modest, I'll do 6,000 gold on it.
Okay.
And so I can roll 6d6.
Right, here's what you do. First off, give me a tinkering check.
Okay. Better be my best tinkering check all day.
For the hell of it, Alara's going to do an enhance ability on you, so roll this with advantage.
What is that? That was a 1. We're just going to ignore that. And that was a 13, so 22.
Okay. So with a 22, you're spending 6. You can roll 7d6 and take the highest 5.
Okay, so that was 6, 3, 5, 3. So 12 plus 5, so 17 total.
Okay.
Wait, 17. No, wait, 17, 18, 19 total.
Okay. So with the materials that you get, and tell me if this is acceptable to you. The iteration of the stack pack that you get is a little less of a like chariot situation and a little bit more of a collapsible, basically like shoulder mounted cannon, where it's like a big like almost like a vase that's wrapped in cloth that is collapsible. So there's like gears on it where you can pull and then it opens up, and it's perfect size for like Samugi or any kind of goblinoid with like an eye bomb. And essentially Varric can like take the shoulder mount and like kind of bend over and like fire the spring load or whatever, or like he can like swing it around and like hip fire it. And it would very modestly limit his movement. just because it's like heavy and bulky. But then you could also operate it from the outside. It's a little awkward because you kind of have to reach down and like pull the lever that ejects you. But yeah, this is something that can be done. I would say mechanically, if you were to use this, you and Varric would always act on the same initiative, and you would have basically what you would do is you would both roll initiative, take the median of that number, and subtract 5.
What?
Okay.
You're
And he's just like always wearing it, and like, so it's not really a chariot, so there's no cup holders on it, is what you're
No,
saying.
again, you were sacking like comfort and all the other stuff for making it as lightweight as possible.
Okay.
So, it's turned into more of like a cannon than a chariot. You can basically fit in it, and it's like a sleeping bag.
It's like an offensive baby Bjorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's a decent way to put it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. And like, in order to utilize it, like, could he just like equip it beforehand, and like I have to like load myself in there basically,
I would say,
or would that take an action?
I would say it would take an action to. He could wear it all the time, and if it's not like in its active form, it actually wouldn't really encumber him at all because it's more of a bulk issue than a
Okay.
weight issue. So it
Okay.
collapses into just what looks like kind of a cloth sack on his back that wouldn't really be all that noticeable. But once the like skeleton of the device kind of like it's kind of like an easy up thing where it like spreads out, and that creates like the skeleton of the cannon itself, and like activates the like spring loaded trap mechanism. Once that is set, it's a bulk issue.
Okay.
And
So
it
just
has
like
one
theoretically,
shot, and then it has to be like rewound basically. Although
okay.
in
So like
theory, Sandara could do that with a cantrip.
okay.
Rapid fire.
And
goblin
if I were to
launching.
like launch my, okay, so I would have to like jump in, so that would be an action to load myself into it.
It would just be your movement.
Okay, my movement. Okay. Okay, how far can it launch me?
I would say, based on your designs, you're guessing 60 feet.
Okay, love that. Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna have fun with this. Very good. Okay, so Samugi just very giddily just like runs over to the stack without any explanation, just starts taking measurements and kind of like, like ninja jumping all over him, and starts getting to work on that. And then as he's tinkering away working on that, he turns his attention back to Sandara and Cass and goes, "So what were you saying again about the wall? The wall you want to
Oh,
blow out?"
we're just trying to figure out if it's load bearing or not. And I whip out some blueprints and like lay them out. Like, do you think this is a structural support or is it just aesthetic?
He strokes his beard, and what would this be? Another tinkering check?
I'm not gonna make you roll for this. This is kind of like you just had like a cannon poured out here. Like that's the way you would do it. Is that way you don't have to dismantle the dark steel portion of it. You just have it lift up, and then have like a portion where it folds, like a wooden beam kind of folds out, and people can kind of just like walk through, and that would be totally fine.
Would we, like, is that something that we have to modify the boat for, like, to do?
Like this would be an investment to do this, depending on how jank you're okay with it being. But based on like what Borden wants, this is probably gonna be like another 500 gold piece investment.
Oh, that's nothing.
I kind of want to try and do it with magic. But I
you want
also
to try to do it with
don't.
magic?
I don't want to mess up the ship.
Are you talking
So
about like you want to like
if
try to
if
disintegrate
it,
something and?
oh no, I want to disintegrate. I'll figure out some more
Well,
fine tune.
if you want to try to, you might be able to circumvent some of the cost. The
I
main
mean, I don't really
cost
care about the cost. I
would be
just want to
coming
see
up
if I
with
can.
like, you probably could.
Ego
The main
thing.
part is coming up with like the contraption that, like, you're almost having like a bridge that folds in on itself that extends so that like people can come on board.
We just make a collapsible
I can do
like
this.
metal gangplank. Yeah.
I can totally do this.
Okay.
In conjunction with Samugi's new explosive catapult thing, right? It's kind of the same collapsible.
So, Sonara, if you want to try to do this without carpentry and instead you like carpentry and tinkering and extend use magic, doable, and you might be able to circumvent some of the cost.
I need a let me look at some spells
Okay.
real quick.
Okay. I like how Eddie and James leave and we get like right into the stack pack, eye bombs, and we just get it's a real techie session we got going on here. And I'm like kind of dreading what is being created here. But yeah, this is D&D. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, Cass, do you have anything to add to this
Okay.
madness?
Okay, here we go.
No, we've just made something amazing, and I think we could take on Elhorn now with the stack pack. If it could fit a Samugi, it could probably fit a vest.
Oh yeah, for sure. As long as the wearer is small enough, presumably.
I would
Which,
need 4 hours to swap spells. If you guys are okay with waiting before we blow down some walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could fill up my time with 4 hours.
Okay. I'm going to try to do a combination of fabricate. I mean, we can just like cut a hole in the wall and then we can fabricate to make it the little Samugi boot boot bridge thing.
Oh. Like with the wood that you took from the wall?
Mm-hmm. So it's
Okay.
still part of the ship and we could fix that later.
So I'll tell you what. How much does a glyph of warding cost?
200 GP of powdered diamonds.
So I'd say what you could do, because you still need something to activate the actual trigger device, but what you could do is essentially create like. Now, this would actually give you some points for artistry. What you could do is create like just a wooden. The whole thing could actually be done with wood, where you create like these steps that are kind of linked together with a couple pieces of clockwork and brass, but you actually use a glyph of warding to trigger the mechanism.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd say you could reduce the cost just to the cost of the glyph of warding.
All right, I'm down for that. I have 200 left actually. That was my last bit of diamonds.
And I would say the way it would look would be like a series of like rolling stairs that just like appear from this like kind of device that just shoots it out. So it kind of creates like this nicer wooden like stairs that just go up to a dock.
Okay, so that's what I will do. I'll come out to where Borden Rimley put the axe in the wall and I'll take it out. I'll be like, we don't need axes, we've got magic.
Okay. Sadius, so how do you propose to blow the hole in the wall then?
Okay, I mean, I guess you could use an axe for that, but we could also fireball it. I'm not going to, but we could.
So he kind of kind of gives you the motion of like, well, Captain, do you want to take the first swing?
No, go for it. It was your idea.
No, come on. It's ceremonial. Please.
I really don't think this is my forte.
Oh, come on, I pet a horse. You can't swing an axe.
I'll swing an axe, fine. Very inspirational cast, thank you. And I swing the axe.
Okay. Give
No
me a strength.
bardic inspiration on this.
Yeah, of course I'll give you a strength check. Of course. It'll be great. It's 9.
That is totally acceptable.
Yeah, not bad.
You swing the axe and you sink it into the side of the wall. You can't get it out, but it was like a decent, like it didn't look pathetic or anything like that. So
Okay. I step back and I put my arm out. Okay,
See?
please
that wasn't
finish.
that bad, and he kind of
Thank you.
just starts working on it. Perfect. So in a short amount of time, that is also created.
Yes.
Progress. Making progress.
We're just making holes in our ship. Okay. I'm ready to go shopping now,
What-
if you're
yeah.
ready, Cass.
Yeah, what's the total on our shopping if you I don't know, we have a lot of stuff, but can we afford everything?
What I have no idea what you guys are trying to get.
Okay.
Are you talking about Remley's list?
Yeah.
How much gold do you have?
About
Yeah.
20. Well, we gold.
3,500 in liquid gold.
Yeah.
And then 40,000 gold of worth of stuff.
um, it's hard to say. Like, depending on how much stuff you get, you could easily bankrupt yourself with this list of stuff that Remley want. And this was very much like a list of like, hey, I could use any of these things. It wasn't like get all of them. So if you wanted to go down the line and get all of them, first off, you kind of get the sense that that would be kind of a rough move on the kitchen staff because then they've got all these ingredients they have to use. You probably want to stick to like a couple. And so overall, I'd say your best bet would just be however much money you want to spend and then focus on like 4 things.
Maybe until we know how much money the restaurant makes, we should keep it relatively reasonable.
Yeah. I feel like 1,000 gold worth of ingredients for food is kind of a lot. So,
I feel like it.
I mean, in today's economy, uh, I don't know. I feel like 1,000 max is like right. Okay. If we don't want to overstock and stuff like that.
So to kind of put it in perspective, um, essentially, like if someone were to cast a hero's feast, that's 1,000 gold right there.
Okay. That's a
And
fancy meal for 12 people.
well, that's not a fancy meal. That's like a conjured meal that was created by a high-leveled spellcaster, but that is kind of similar to the level that this guy's working at. So like this level of fine dining is like that's kind of the experience that people are looking for. So it actually totally is something that you could spend a ton of money on.
1,000
We
gold
just
for his opening night, right? Too much?
maybe. How many people can our dining room even fit?
Maybe like 18.
So maybe we do enough for the first 25 people, which
But
is like 2,500 gold. 2,000?
Yeah,
Meet in
you
the
can
middle.
give him any amount and he'll make it work. But when you bring up that figure, he's not like he looks a little disappointed, but he's not like offended.
You're bored in Rimsley. Come on.
Like he definitely
Maybe.
understands that the point of this is to make money, and that's definitely his goal too. He just when you bring up that figure, he just like gets this look of like, oh, you guys don't believe in this.
We just want to see the return first.
Hey, we have deep pockets, you know, after opening night and all that. We'll see how it goes. We can increase accordingly.
You don't have to tell me. This is a business. All right.
Okay,
You
I
can
took
hand
that
him
gold out
whatever.
of our funds.
Okay.
Okay, so you're giving him 2,000.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh wait, now how much for gunpowder?
Yeah. How much for a well-stocked ship?
If you want to be like fully stocked, where you've got like ample reserves, probably another 1,000 gold.
Okay, that seems reasonable.
Yeah. Our first big, upkeep.
Yeah, we need a.
That's
We
reasonable.
need that. I mean, we have an accountant.
While you're out
but
and about, if there's any bigger items you're interested in, for example, like there are vendors who specifically equip ships with like arcane lecterns, enchanting tables, that sort of thing.
which, to
We've
be fair,
got-
we have both
Yeah, we have
and
both,
have
don't
never used them. Yes,
we? Yeah.
What do you have again?
we have an enchanting lectern, an arcane lectern. Let me see. It's on
Yeah.
my page for the icebreaker. Uh, yeah, we've got a divine and an arcane enchanting lectern. I
Okay.
don't know what the divine does. Gunnar put that on there, and we've never explored it, even once.
Yep. I mean, we're not the divine people. We can leave that.
Yeah,
to
that's
those
true.
that-
That's not
Well,
our
a
fault.
divine, it's a divine altar that basically allows a divine spellcaster to use divine enchantments or to make divine enchantments.
Sounds like something Alara should look into.
Okay.
Okay. As we come into port in New Callum, we did leave the dark iron plating in New Callum, so I want to reattach that as part of our porting.
Okay. Yeah. Doable.
Come sailing in instead of flying. A little
Yeah.
more low key.
A little less aggressive. No cannons firing this time.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, you are you docking at the Sea of Swords or the docks? The obvious here is that if you do at the Sea of Swords, it's very well defended. But you're gonna get a lot less foot traffic for the restaurant.
I vote the
Main
docks.
port?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Main
The
port.
docks are also going to be a bigger investment too, because you're going to be paying like the fee for docking in like a busier place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I still vote that.
Yeah, I don't know. Alara gets pushed off screen. I'm not really worried about defense. I think we'll be fine. Main port of New Callum. Who's gonna attack us?
I mean, that is where we lost the ship the first time, to be fair.
He's dead.
Yeah, yep.
He came and took it, we killed him. Let's let
Yeah,
somebody else
and
try to take it.
Again, I feel like that should be more, not well known, but it's kind of a bummer that people don't know that that's our reputation. Like, you take our ship, we kill you and take your shit. So
I'm telling you, we need to work on our reputation game. We don't have a name out there.
I need a PR person.
We do.
for what it's worth, there's very few people that would even know how to begin stealing this ship.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So like with Gunnar being gone,
I forgot he was the only one.
yeah, I mean, you actually know specifically of people that would probably be able to do it, but it's like, what are the odds that they would want to and also be here and like just go about and do that? So that's just a little point of order too, like um so
We're safe.
Don't commune with strangers, Bev.
yeah,
She
there's
can't.
no
She can't
oh,
hear you.
yeah.
She doesn't have. She doesn't have ears.
I mean, I feel like even if I told her she's kind of lonely, it'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna. Until it comes up, I don't even know how that interaction would work. I would say mechanically, it would be an additional firewall that you have put in this intelligence into the ship for some reason. Okay.
I didn't, again, there was no indication that the Sentinel's soul was still present, so that's not my fault.
Such a fucked up thing you did, Sindara. God.
It's if it makes you feel better, which it probably won't. I don't know that you could even call it a soul anymore. So
Yeah, that doesn't make it better at all.
I don't think so. Okay.
All right.
So
Now we need to get to Langston.
so you guys are gonna take off to Langston by land.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Who are you taking with you?
Danny boy.
Danny boy.
Okay.
Not Briggs.
Okay.
Is that it? I guess that's
Um,
it.
The rest of the main party, and
Yes.
yeah, I think that's it. We don't want Autolu to come. I don't think
I
he
don't think he
specifically
would.
wanted to come.
Okay. All right. So with that, you begin making your way out to New Callum. You would have to, presumably, you're getting horses. Are you last bookkeeping thing? It's like almost midnight. We're doing like fucking like how much you spending on your horse? Are you renting or buying a mount?
They're not coming back alive. Come on. We're buying a horse.
Okay. You could put 2 on Lucky. Now you could try to buy a carriage that Lucky could pull.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I like that.
Depending on what you're in the market for, that's between like a 200 and 1500 gold investment.
I mean, this is going to be the uncomfortable part of the trip. I vote we keep this part cheap. This
Yeah.
carriage is going to get lost immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a matter of like reliability too, but you know, you're all pretty handy people. So you're just like trying to totally cheap out on a carriage.
Yeah,
think.
I think I agree. Like it's chances are we're gonna keep this very low. Might as well just get there a little faster than walking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's another 200 gold pieces.
Okay.
You got that?
Okay. All right. So with that, now this is final offer. People aren't buying scrolls, potions, things like that.
We have
Here's what
so
we'll
many
do.
scrolls
Here's what
and
we'll do.
potions we still have not used.
We are going to say we're going to end the session here as you guys begin traveling towards Langston. If in the next week you guys are like, okay, I would have wanted to kind of get this, that, you can do like some bookkeeping stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure it would be smart to buy some stuff.
Our inventory is just like filling up with things that I'm just like, I want to use this. Like,
I'm
don't